Hello, folks. It's Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. As usual, my name is Tudor Vodov, and I'm back with the 69th episode of Keeping It Realistic, that show that we do in collaboration with Chaos and is very much dedicated to our beloved Chaos Campus community. Welcome, everyone, here with us today or watching the recording later. Whatever, as long as you're with us, we're happy about it. But of course, let's give a special shout out to those that actually do show up for the live shows, because you guys make these events and these live shows more special, more interactive, more unique with your appearance. Now, today, let me just check the chat. I will take it here in a pop-up window so that I can actually follow it throughout the show, because I see you've already been very active. Amit is here, Michael is here, D is here. Welcome, everyone. Awesome to have you here. Today, we want to talk about CGconnect. This central hub for 3D and visualization artists that launched last Thursday. So it's really fresh out of the oven and definitely something we need to talk about. And to do that, I've invited some of the masterminds that made this platform possible. And here with me, you see Vessi, Rick, Joanna, and Monica. Hello, my friends. Very happy to hang out with you once again. It's not the Chaos Connect days, but at least virtually hanging out with you is always a pleasure. How do you feel?
We're good. We're really excited about the show.
Me too.
Definitely.
Actually, we also there was a plan that also Melanie Riebel, the CMO of Chaos, joins us as well a bit later. But unfortunately, the never-ending leadership meetings won't let her do this. So we gotta excuse her here, but we know that she's very sad about this, because the moment I told her that I want to have her on the show to show up here in front of the campus, she was very, very excited about this. And I know that for her, it sucks that she cannot be here. But eventually, I think that maybe after January and February are done, because these are just the organ months, like the Mondays of the year, at least this is the way they feel to me. I think that maybe by the end of February or in March, we can actually invite her, maybe together with Iveta, to come to our Discord channel and have a straight talk with them, ask them questions, and just, I want them to also see us, see some of the community people. So Melanie not being here today is just a temporary thing, but we'll get to meet her soon. I'll make sure that this happens. So yeah, let's jump in. But before we maybe talk about CGconnect itself, I think it would be a good idea if you would be so kind to introduce yourselves and tell us a bit more about yourselves, so that we know who those masterminds, some of the people who worked on CGconnect and made it possible, actually are. So let's start in the order in which we're here. Vessi, would you like to start, please?
Yes, of course. Hi, everybody. Thank you, Theo, for having us today. It's such a pleasure to be here. Personally, I'm a huge fan of Chaos Campus, the group and the community here. I've been here from day one since we established this group, and that's actually a fun fact. This group was built from out of collaboration between community and education, the team I was part in before I joined community team. So I think it's a great thing to have. The group has been here for a long time, and personally, I love going through the comments on in the group, seeing everybody enjoying the talk, helping each other, adding feedback. So really, really, really good to be here. So basically, my name Veselina. I'm currently part of the community team, and I'm part of Chaos. I have been part of Chaos team for more than 10 years. And before I joined community, yes, don't comment on my age. And before I joined community, I was part of the education team. So me and my team back in the day, we used to work a lot with the academic users, like students, educators, and academic institutions, supporting them on their own journey of helping people grow. So when I joined community, actually, I saw there is a really nice overlap in terms of education being part of the community, and now me being more closer to the community. So I feel that I still feel very close to education as well. So yes, that's me. I'm happy to be here, and thank you for having me.
This was very interesting to know. Thanks for your introduction. I didn't know that this was a collaboration of the, let's say, educational team and the rest. And I think it
It was.
still is what the Chaos Campus is. It is an educational platform in, seen generally. So I think I would really love to know later from you, how do you feel this community developed? But for now, let's continue with introductions. But by the end of the show, we have a Q&A part. So if you have any questions, my friends, keep them for the end of the show so that you can ask our awesome panel for the day. Let's continue with Rick. Just let me tell you that Kali and Nadia are also in the comments, so they're watching. Let's give them a hello, and let's say hello to everyone who's watching. I also see Francesco, I saw Dee, and I saw so many names. Rukshan is here. So Rick, please tell us about yourself.
Yeah, thank you, Zio. Well, I'm Rick. You probably know me from CGarchitect. I've been with Chaos for a little over 10 years too. And I've been called a dinosaur during Connect days. I'm not telling you who called me a dinosaur there, but still, Vessi knows. So
Now we all
I'm
do.
I'm an architect by trade, and an archivist by passion. I've been working with archivists for the past 30 years. Now you guys can do the math. And all I'm going to say is that I started and I was not a freshman in college. So
You're in kindergarten, in daycare, or something. Who knows?
yeah. And I was already dating my wife back then. So you do the math. Anyway, I've been part of CGarchitect since day one, basically, since 2001. And when Chaos took over, I was invited to take care of it, to look after it. And after a while, we've been, nurturing the community and making it better and better and better every day. And then the CGconnect project came along, and it was a very pleasant experience, to be honest. And what else? What else? I just wanted to say thank you to the whole team, really, that created this platform, because it's a lot of people with a lot of work and a lot of chatting outside work hours. Like Mondays to Sunday, it's been crazy, a crazy 8 months. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody.
But the outcome is fantastic. And yeah, thanks to everyone for the fantastic work. And Derek here says, you're not old, you're experienced. Just so you know.
Thank you
Rick.
so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. And Yo, would you like to continue, please? Tell us about yourself.
Yes. Hi, guys. Hi, everyone who's watching us. Thank you for having me here at you and being part of this amazing community. My name is Joanna. I am originally a 3D artist. I've been doing, I don't know, quite a bit of advertising and animation, motion design, and stuff like that for the past nearly 10 years. So I've been quite involved in the industry as itself, because I've been and still am part of 3D London alongside with Nigel and the guys, organizing, hosting the events, inviting speakers. So like the community for me means something like a lot. It's like super important part of my life. And I'm also part of CGraph London, the CGraph chapter in London, which is like mostly towards students and young professionals. So like everything that we've already discussed is kind of not together. It's really cool. And yeah, I am just very, very happy to be part of this project, because I've joined Chaos in the beginning of this year. So for me, it's like super exciting, very new. Definitely joined the chaos as well, because like with this platform and everything's happening it's just been an amazing journey so far. So yeah, apart from being very thankful and grateful, yeah.
Congratulations on being a part of Chaos. By the way, it's awesome to have you on board. And we'll talk about community. I have a
Yeah.
question for you about community later. Let's continue with Moni. Moni, you're also new with Chaos. Tell us a bit about yourself,
I
please.
am. I am. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Theo, and I'm also really happy to be here today. This is actually my first panel or first live show, so bear with me, please. But I am very, very excited to be able to talk to you and to share a little bit of my story as well. As Theo said, I am also new. We started with Ioana at the beginning of the year, so very, very fresh. I am definitely no artist. I've tried drawing as a young child, but I wasn't that exceptional, so that went away. But my professional story actually started in Italy. I worked and studied there and lived. Of course, my field was marketing, so this was my first real life exposure to the business. But after a few years with my partner, we decided to move back to Bulgaria. We're Bulgarians, so we moved back home. And my path became less linear, but that much more exciting because I worked with across very, very different industries and fields. I started, let's say, the Bulgarian chapter of my professional life as an import manager in the fashion industry. Then I decided to go back to marketing and worked as the marketing manager for international automotive brand. Very exciting. But then, with a few friends, we decided to start something new, something that is ours. And it was definitely in a different field. We decided to create a company that creates baked goods and exports them internationally to Africa. I know it sounds really random, but a friend of mine had really strong connections to Africa, and this is why our first market was Africa. But unfortunately, this was done before COVID hit. So we took a hit, as a lot of businesses, and that project went away. So I transitioned to the IT industry. I stayed there for a few years as a project and program manager. Very exciting, very new again. Um, but another friend of mine, this is a theme in my life, came with another proposition, and I became a co-owner of a company that was operating in the recruitment field, which was very, very new to me and exciting. But long story short, it ended, and now I am at Chaos as the community engagement manager, and I am very pumped and very excited. I haven't worked in that field, so it's very new to me, but I want to learn and I want to connect with you all. And yeah, really, really excited to be here. So thank you.
Thank you. And I gotta say, after listening to this, my career path sounds so boring right now. I won't even talk about it anymore
Yeah,
because
right.
this was wild. You know, you have a lot of experience to share, and I think this is exactly why it is so great that we have such a diverse team meaning the diversity of thought and backgrounds that help create CGconnect. Because I think coming from different directions, having different point of views that all come together in this one platform is something really, really cool. So yeah, I would say let's talk about CGconnect. As I said in the beginning, I've prepared a question for each one of you, and I think it's a good idea to start with the basics. And in a panel full of ladies, let's use a reverse card and give the word to the gentleman first. And ask Rick. Rick, What is CGconnect and how and why did it happen as a form of to me personally, evolution of CGarchitect?
For a moment, I was scared that you were going to use the +4 card that
This comes in the end of
Uh,
the show.
yeah, it's I've been traumatized before. Anyway, well,
Understand.
CGconnect is, as you said, an evolution of CGarchitect, really, and that makes a lot of sense based on two premises. The first one is that it's only one community, so it makes sense that we build upon the foundations of something that we already know exists and is cherished by many people. Also, because we know that the platform we had with CGArchitect, it was a 25-year-old platform anyway. It worked. It made sense to the community, and it always brought value to the community. So what we did was to create, I'm going to say, like some sort of CGarchitect 3.0 in a way, right? It's not, but in a way, because we have everything people love about CGarchitect, and now we have more, and we have it better as well. We had long discussions to find the best way to implement things. We took feedback from the users, from beta testers. It was a very laborious process in a way, because we really wanted it to not only look good but to feel good, to be something that people would be like, okay, let me, first thing of the day, let me log into CGconnect and see what's new in the industry. And we've been, taking care of every tiny detail of the platform because of that. It was already a testament to work group, basically, as a community. Like, it was a preview of how a community should work, because we had, I don't know, like 20 plus people working on this, and we had multiple meetings every day, and not even once morale was down, because people were always excited about what we're doing and always passionate about what we're doing. So it was a very interesting, let's say, test ground for how a community works and collaborates. And again, I'm so proud. I have this thing that, as an artist, you probably have that, yo, as well, that whenever I'm happy with something I did, like an image or an animation or whatever, I tend to every now and then take a look at it and be like, yeah, this is good. Right. I don't know if you guys do that, but I do that a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I really do, because I love what I do, and I'm always so proud of what I accomplished with my work. And every time I log into CGconnect, I'm like, damn, this is good.
As it should be, though. I mean, you gotta
Yeah,
believe in
yeah,
something
really.
and like it.
Yeah, and I just want people to feel as excited as I am about the whole platform, the whole project, because we keep working on it. We keep adding stuff. We're still adding stuff to the platform as we speak. Like today, the first thing we spoke about was the new features that we want to, create. And is this going to phase 2, or are we trying to, insert this right now? And it's really exciting, because I really feel like, again, I started working on this 30 years ago, right? Internet, it wasn't a thing, really. I had to go to my university's library to get material to learn 3D back then. And like, we used DOS. We didn't even use Windows back then. So it's like, you can imagine how hard it was for me to become a professional in this field. And having a platform that will help me to prevent others from struggling the same way I did in the beginning is just mind blowing for me. That's why I'm so passionate about it. You know this. I told you guys a story about my career during Connect days. That the only reason I have a career right now is because of community. Is because of CGarchitect. Because over 10 years ago, I would say 13 years ago, Theodora asked a friend of mine who I was, and he was like, yeah, I know Rick. He's from CGarchitect. He's a nice guy. He's got a nice work. And she was like, okay, I'm going to talk to him. And I'm here, like 13 years after. So like, that's the power of community. And that's why I'm so excited about this.
Absolutely agree about this. And so this is, you would say, this is the goal of CGconnect, to unite the community and make it easier for everyone to, not go through our really laborious way of trial and erroring, but kind of, get to the source, maybe have the heroes help out and all of this. And this way kind of reach the goals quicker, let's say, because
Yes.
I think in our field there is not the target that we can really reach, because the way when we reach one target or one goal, we want more, we want to become better or add something new or something like this. But all of this is actually already represented and on CGconnect, right? So
Yeah. And one great thing that you mentioned, the heroes. There's some people might remember that I have a podcast in Portuguese. We have the
yeah,
CGarchitect podcast, which is returning on CGconnect, but we had the Chaos Masters podcast. And the reason that podcast exists is because this is a brand new profession, right? I don't know anyone who retired doing 3D. We're not there yet, right? I'm I'm turning 50 very soon, and I'm one of the oldest people in the industry, and that's crazy. And when people think, okay, I want to be successful as an artist, that's a fair goal, right? But what is it to be successful as an artist? Do you know anyone who's actually successful as an artist? Or are we all doomed to starve to death? You don't know that, right? So you need references. You need to know people who are there, people who's been doing like 3D for 30 years and be like, okay, you're still alive. You look healthy. This might be a profession, right? Because we need references. And I think that CGconnect is a great place to bring those references because we know those people, right? Because we've been around since forever, but newcomers don't. So it's good for them to know who Tio is, who Nikos is, who's Hannes or Inez, or like so they can look up to someone and learn from those people. And
and their
actually,
mistakes.
yeah, of course. And also, there's so many content right now on the internet, right? So many tutorials, so many resources, and it's hard to tell what's good or not. If you're a beginner, you have absolutely no idea of what quality is. So CGconnect has also this role of bringing people high quality content because, for example, every time there's a new tutorial, I personally watch the tutorial, and if it's cool, it goes to the side. If it's not, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's wonderful actually, because there is no predefined career path for our field. There is no, like, if you were into business administration, you can go study it. You know what jobs you can get. You can plan your life. Let's say while still at school. But with visualization, I feel like most of us come from architecture or from whatever, somewhere. We just found our passion for this, and then we kind of jumped into it, hoping that it works. But it was all a huge improvisation. It feels like this. My career and most people that I know and I look up to, or whose works I really enjoy or like, it feels like they just kind of bumped into it or kind of made it happen out of nothing. And yeah, there is a lot of information, but not everything is really good or useful. So having this, let's say, pre-selected, pre-approved information that you know that you can trust is, of course, a big plus.
Yeah.
I gotta
And
say.
it's not censorship. Some people might think they're censoring content that they don't like. No, it's not like that. Like, again, I'm an artist first. So
No, of
when
course.
I see something that is really interesting, really cool, it will be on the site because it's really cool. and someone can learn from it. If you look at the site right now, you see that there are articles about architecture because it's interesting for the artists. We have about the latest Google AI developments because it's interesting. It's not because of it's a product or whatever. It's because it makes sense for the community, and that's what we are aiming for. 24 hours a day here. We want things to be useful to the community. And Bessie knows that it's literally 24 hours a day because every time she messages me, I'm online like, yeah, sure, I'm taking a look at it right now. Like every time, right?
Please get enough sleep though. Yeah, and it's important to point out that CGconnect is actually software agnostic. So it's you can be an Unreal. You don't have to be a Chaos user to be a part of this community. So yeah, it's not about censorship. I absolutely understand it because if people share stuff on the, let's say, tutorials on the Chaos campus, I also make sure to watch them and give my opinion underneath, so that because obviously people have kind of listen to me and listen to my opinion because I've proven myself as somebody who wants to really help them. So I also make sure to watch those tutorials, not because of censorship, but because of how useful they actually are. And this is the type of thing that I actually expect from a community like this. So yeah, censorship is one thing, but this is just pre-filtering content and making sure that the content which is featured on CGconnect is quality stuff, as it should
Yeah,
be.
it's curation,
Yes.
not
Yeah.
censorship.
Yeah, exactly. This is very well put. And now we'll talk more about CGconnect later, but let's move over to Vessi because, as I said in the beginning, many creative and skilled people were involved in the creation of CGconnect and making it happen. And not all of them are actually as close to CGconnect as you were, Rick, who's like the dad of CGarchitect. Now, like it's your child, you see it grow, but as you know, a child is, if you want to bring up a child, the more people come and help and bring something more to it, the better. And in this particular case, we have people from different, let's say, parts of chaos, or people who even come from baked goods or stuff that is exported to Africa. And this is exactly which is so cool about it. So Vessi, you specifically are coming from the educational part of chaos, right? So what is your take on the role that CGconnect can play when it comes to learning? Because like, can CGconnect help me learn and become a better artist?
I think that CGconnect plays a big role. And I want to echo a little bit of what Rick said, because the way I was thinking about it is, so I'm a Chaoster, a Chaos employee for, all right, I'm going to say it, 15 years. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. So I remember even back in the day, so we have a company here with a very long standing history, right? So this industry, if you look at it like years ago, like 20 plus years ago, and it was totally different. And I've heard the stories similar to Rick's, where people get together in the computer lab at uni just to talk to each other, share their work, learn from each other. And I think this is as relevant as it is today. Now technology is different, industry is different, right? But this connection, learning from each other, learning from others' experience, from their mistakes, but also from their success. Like if you've done something right and you get praises for your project, why other people might also want to hear. So I think community is in the roots of us as a company because of that moment that we know what was before and we know how relevant it is today as well. And when we talk about education, I think this is a big part. Big part of CG Connect and community is about, again, sharing experience, but also supporting young people, supporting students. And I can see there is a strong need of a place where students can actually go and mingle and just talk to professionals, learn from professionals get exposure to a real professional world. And there has been in our industry a lot of talk about bridging the gap between academia and the professional world. And I feel it's not only about universities and companies, but also technology companies like us. So I think we all play a part in this. And CGconnect is a small piece of this whole puzzle, but I think it's a step in the right direction. And personally, I'm gonna make sure that we have a space for the students, space for educators, so that we can close this gap, bridge this gap as much as possible. And yeah, and this could be through learning, of course, but also through many other things, connection. We already have lined up some portfolio review sessions for students and for young professionals. So we want to make sure that there are sessions, there are specific things that could actually help young professionals and students. And we are working really hard on this and adding more and throughout the year. And for me personally, it's a privilege to be here and to be part of this team. And I feel more connected to education now than I was even before. So because now I can actually make an impact. My team can make an impact. And yeah, Rick mentioned there were 20 plus, like 30 people working on this project. And we'll continue working on this. And I'm part of it, and I'm super happy. And I would like to ask Chaos Campus community to please share your feedback with us. Any ideas that you might have, just find me in the group, text me. I'm here to listen as well. So
Thank you
that's
so
my
much.
answer to your question.
When it comes to learning, it's obviously the exchange of experiences, of knowledge. But the good thing about it, what I personally find, is that there is also, let's say, connections or links to the Chaos Campus, to all the courses that will be happening, to all the on-site events that will happen, and all of those things that people can see and then join different communities like the Chaos Campus, for example, or the shows that are coming, the Chaos Campus live show, the Keeping It Realistic shows, and all of this. So, and of course, everyone is also allowed to write an article or even encouraged to write an article, share some of their experiences. Like on the campus, we had some really, really cool, very posts full of knowledge, fantastic summaries of technical stuff from group members in recent times. And today I made a post asking those people to actually go to CGconnect and create a proper article, because obviously in the group it's just a post, right? You can attach one image to it, a text which you cannot really format, and that's it. Whereas on CGconnect you can really make a proper article with many images, with videos, with links, with whatever you want to do. And I think this is a great thing, because this way more and more exchange happens and people can share something that they can have figured out themselves, something that is maybe relevant to many others but nobody really talks about, or something. So there are multiple levels of education and learning happening on CGconnect, if you ask me. I love that.
Absolutely. And from my experience, I think, especially working with a lot of academic institutions over the years, I see those that were most successful and those that had their students place, like secure jobs for them. Those were where we see educators connected to professional world. So I think because they know what skills matter for the professional world, how do you, just an example, how do you prepare your portfolio when you get out of uni, and what's your first step, these kind of things, but also what are the skills, what's the technology that's needed out there. So we should definitely, and we will definitely address these types of questions. And yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. And I
Well,
actually really love that every project that is shared, every image actually, has the software combination as more links there, so that you can see how this image has come to be, which is very, very important in our field. What software combination made an image like this or animation like this possible? this is important knowledge, and it is automatically added to, not automatically, people have to choose the software when uploading images, but afterwards, when you go through images, you can always tell the software and the workflow which made the image possible. And this is lovely information. So a lot to learn
Absolutely.
from this platform for sure. Thank you very much, Vessi. Let's move over to Yo. Yo, you are one of the co-organizers of 3D London, as you said in your introduction. So obviously you find it important for the community to come together. So what do you think, what kind of role does CGconnect play in this regard, in uniting the community and bringing us closer together?
Um, so I'll start with my story, which is like similar to Rick's, of like how I found my first job, and it was exactly through community. So I attended one of the first Chaos events 10 years ago exactly, and I was brave enough as like just a graduate to go and speak to one of the Chaos members, who introduced me to someone else, who introduced me to my first employer in the UK. So community is super important, and like networking and getting to know people, not for just the purposes of like sharing work, but also exchanging ideas and exchanging contacts. And you never know what's gonna happen in your life. So that one step that I took to go and speak to someone at an event completely changed my life. So for me, community back then completely turned into something extremely special. So once I went to work in London, then I decided that I've been helped from someone with experience in the industry. So I wanted to help as well. So this is like something you pass on. Um, and that kind of became my mission. So yeah, and then with 3D London, that's the mission we have, like helping each other. And I always say that when we do presentations and panels and events, that if the story that we're presenting inspired just one person, then it's a success, because then that person's going to go and inspire another person. And this is how everything gets together. And for me, this is where the magic happens. And now having CGconnect is like a platform that can unite people doing that, but virtually. And not only, we have all the information of like events happening across the globe. We don't only have articles, or we don't only have like virtual events. We have all the collection and information on what's going on in the industry. And I think this is super important, because then someone young as I was 10 years ago can benefit from this. And I might sound really like romantic and idolizing things, but for me that really helps and kind of get people together. So that's that. But on the other hand, we also have like, the valuable information. Like I didn't have any, or maybe I did, but I didn't know where to find them. Master classes of people I like, like mentorships. I've always wanted to have someone to mentor me, but I've never had someone to mentor me. And now we have programs that are mentorships and are like tailored towards people's experiences. And for me, that is something that is, mind blowing, because I didn't have that. And now we can get that to people. So yeah, CGconnect is like something really, really big. And for me, it's just gonna get better, because yeah, as many people join with different experiences and young professionals. And also we spoke about bridging the gaps. So, professionals with like experience of 10, 20 years can reach out to students, to young professionals in the platform, and they can connect. So that is also mind blowing, because I didn't have that, and everything that I see there is something that I wanted to have when I was growing up as a 3D artist. And for me, yeah, this, and also like not just students, but also young professionals and any sort of experienced people can join, which kind of, I don't know, it just makes everything very inclusive, which for me is like the one of the best things. The platform is completely inclusive, and you can do any sort of software, but as long as you have a great idea, or you want to have feedback, or you just want to show yourself as like an artist, then that's your place. Yeah, and that's that. Well, I can speak a lot about it because I'm obviously quite, involved emotionally as well as technically now. But yeah,
As it should be, though. And I totally feel you because I also didn't have a mentor. I had to figure it all out on my own. And I feel like what's happening with CGconnect, listening to you, we haven't discussed this before, just for our audience to know. But listening to you here, I what I do on the campus is exactly the things that I was missing as an artist myself. Like if we're having certificates or if providing the whole thing started rolling with those reviews that I started providing to every work that was there. And these reviews were exactly what I was missing as an artist, where you would just share your work somewhere and you get like 5 likes and nothing else, and you would stay there wondering, what did I do wrong? Where did I do wrong? How
yeah,
can I improve? And nobody's there to tell you. And so I was missing this, and I started providing this, and listening to you and listening to all of you. Actually, it feels exactly like those things that were missing. What we're trying to do with CGconnect is provide them to others so they don't miss us, don't have to go through the hardships that we went through. Because sure, hardships toughen up people and help us learn lessons the hard way, but maybe for a longer time. But at the same time, they're not always needed. If to a certain degree, hardships could be good, but from that point on, they can just make you just leave it be and just dishearten you and discourage you from continuing your creative journey. And I absolutely understand what you say and feel it as well. And your emotionality, I can totally follow and understand. But I also wanted to ask you, when it comes to the, let's say, community on a, let's say, global scale, when it comes to us as a profession, our positioning, the visualization industry out there, would you think that a platform like this, where we could really all connect, would strengthen our position? Because I feel that right now we are not as acknowledged as we should be, talking about the visualization professionals. And I think that going together, uniting, can eventually help us position ourselves better out there. Would you say this is the case?
yeah, definitely. I think it's always stronger together, isn't it? I know it's a cliche, but it's true for a reason. Um, and you've seen, it's very interesting connection because when you share your work and when you're connected with someone, uh, you're joining them in a way, and that makes you feel more confident about yourself, and feeling more confident about yourself, about your skills and everything you do. Um, make you position yourself a little bit better, so being connected with people actually gives you confidence, which is one thing that I feel like is missing sometimes. People don't feel as confident as they should be because the work that's produced is amazing and we see it every day. So I definitely feel like this is the case.
That's great. I hope for this because I think we deserve it, but we're not quite there yet. And I really hope that CG Connect can help us be the community's global community with strong global appearance, so that people finally acknowledge that our work matters a lot. Just try to imagine nowadays trying to sell an apartment just with floor plans and sections. You cannot
Yeah.
do this. You need the visuals. And with medicine and with many other parts of the entertainment industry, marketing, and all of this, you need us. But for some reason, it's like, yeah, if a manager is cool, but like a 3D artist is just somebody, just
Yeah,
and this should definitely change because we totally deserve it. As you say, the quality of the works that we see is just mind blowing, the creativity. So we deserve this acknowledgement, I would say. Thank you very much, Yo. Let's move over to Moni. I find it very interesting that your background is so different than ours, that you don't come from architecture or visualization or anything like this. I think it's a very fresh take on what we're doing here. Um, at the same time, I think that some things are universal. For example, the struggles. You had your own company twice, um, and so the struggles of freelancing or of having your own studio or your own company and all of this. And I don't think that they're any different for 3D artists, for freelancers. This is just a reality for many of us. So thinking back about the times when you were developing your own business, would you have profited from something like CGconnect? Is it a community where like-minded people, soulmates, have the same issues, the same topics like you? Would you say that would have helped you with all the struggles that you have, and may eventually maybe not do some of the mistakes you did and reach your goal quicker?
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. It would have been nice to have a platform of this kind and a community of this kind, because, well, when you're young, or honestly when you're just starting something new, you usually have an idea before you have a plan, and you know what you want to build, but not exactly how to go about it, where to start. There are too many possibilities, too many should do's. You have fragments of information and what needs to be done by who, when, and actually that first initial excitement can very easily turn into overwhelm. And I think the funny part is, in my opinion, it doesn't go away with experience. Every time you start something new, it still feels new, because even though maybe you have seen that problem before and you have solved it before, there's always something new that comes up, and you need to start from the beginning. You need to start guessing again. And I think that is where most people get stuck, not because they're not talented, not because the idea isn't good enough, but because they go about it and try to figure everything out alone and by themselves. And in my opinion, the problem isn't lack of information, because we live in the world where we can Google everything. We have ChatGPT now. And it's
True.
very, very important to use them, because they are tools that help you immensely in the first part. But that information that you get from these tools and these platforms isn't actually doesn't tell you what matters right now, what you should do right now. And what actually help is be able to ask questions, is to say, hey, this is where I am, and that's my problem. What should I do now? What's my next step? And because sometimes just a search result and prompt isn't good enough. You need a human to guide you and to help you. You need someone to bounce ideas off, someone to say, yeah, this happened to me on that part of the project as well. So this is simply okay, go ahead, you'll be able to do that. Or the other way, maybe they'll say, no, actually I wouldn't go in that direction, maybe try this instead. So this for me is impossible to do in isolation, and this is why community matters so much, because there you have a group of like-minded people, people who have maybe walked parts of your path, of course, or maybe done the mistakes you're about to do and to make. And everything, in my opinion, becomes easier. Not easy, but easier. You can ask questions, you can get guidance, you can get feedback, and not invest too much time in the wrong directions, because this happens a lot. Maybe you have tunnel vision, you say, yeah, this is the path, this is how I should do it, but there's someone else that had experience before you and can help you and save you the time you would spend in the wrong direction. And this is what I genuinely love about CGconnect, and because you can learn from real experience, not just theory. And in a place like this, you can, and I think this is also important for freelancers, because as a freelancer, you always need to be on top of things. You need to be proactive. You need to be going at the clients. You need to showcase your work, and you need to stand out. But also, you need a mirror. You need to see what others are doing, how are they doing their art, what you are doing okay, what you can do better. while you're comparing, of course. And having that place to see that, your project suddenly takes a different turn, and maybe your idea starts to take a different shape, and you level it up, or you approach it smarter, or you make better decisions because of the help you received, and because of the guidance you had from or people, or the courses you can go watch, learn, and experience yourself live. And actually, if you're starting out or starting yet again with something, this kind of space isn't just valuable, it's essential, and it can help you immensely in your next steps. So yeah, to answer your question, definitely it would have helped me a great deal to have a space like that.
I can totally imagine this. And I think it helps artists nowadays because, as you said, there is so much you can do wrong. There are so many questions. And yeah, there is a lot of theory out there. You're absolutely right about this. But when we circle back to the curation that Rick was talking about, like theory is out there. There are many approaches, there are many options, but it's always great to actually meet some of the people who have gone through this option, who have tried them out, and who can tell you what works, what doesn't work, what's good on paper, and what actually works in real life, and all of this. And
Yeah.
this happens in an active community, and this is really what I hope to see from more and more from CGconnect. And yeah, this is why I'm so excited about this platform as well. And I have a personal question for you before we move into the Q&A section. There are already questions from the audience, but this question is a personal one for you. Coming from outside, how do you see the visualization community
As a whole.
as a whole? Yeah, how like every communities can be different. I don't think that's like the lawyer community is the same as the, let's say, 3D artist community, the artist community or something. So how do you
Sure.
see our community, the people you've seen next to CGconnect, many people, we had those talks. I gotta mention this as well. Like CGconnect wasn't only done by those talented, skilled people with ideas and a lot of passion, but you were always, or not always, but often asking us about opinion or for feedback, which I really, really appreciate. So you didn't only want to do what you are set to do, you wanted to do something which is actually useful. And for this, you ask for opinion. And once again, we're coming back to those feedbacks, to the connection with actual people, and getting your ideas actually tested out if they work. Because once again, sometimes people things look good on paper but don't really work in real life. But you made sure that the things will work, that they make sense. You asked us, and I really, really appreciate this. But yeah, back to the question: how do you see our visualization community?
Well, you're very welcoming, which is amazing coming from a very different direction. I can see the creativity sparks behind everyone's eyes, and the way you express your opinions and your ideas is amazing, because it's very nice and very gentle. And yeah, this is very nice to see, because when you work in corporate or in IT, it's not done like that. It's straight to the point. Yes, no, go ahead. That's it. But here you have more freedom, more fluidity, more space, and you can be yourself. And I can see that all of you who have I met are being yourselves and not standing behind a mask. So this is amazing to see, and I'm really, really glad and proud to now be a part of that team and that community. And I'm really excited just to start talking to people and get to know them better, and maybe I can start doing something artistic as well. Who knows? I can get inspired.
It's never too late. And you have a lot of inspiration around you. And we're also very happy to have you, because you're
Thank
also
you.
a very genuine person. And as you say, this is one of the major advantages and features of our community. We're as we are for your good and
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
But do you hear,
Exactly.
guys? We are so cool. Now Nadezhda says I agree with Moni. One, I cannot read this number. It's with very many zeros. 1,000,000,000%. She agrees. This community is the most wholesome, welcoming, and authentic. Totally,
True.
Nadia. I agree with you. So, guys, let's jump in the Q&A section of our episode today. If you have any questions, dear audience, please ask now. There is already a question about an eventual or possible mobile application for CGconnect. Are there any ideas about something like this? No
Rick,
particular one. Everyone is here. It's an open discussion now. No particular question. Please, one of you just answer.
Rick, do you want to take this one? Or
Can you repeat the question?
Oh.
Rick is like, yeah, I don't want to talk about this. No, is there an idea about an eventual mobile app of CGconnect?
Not at the time, to be honest. We are still figuring out how the new features work. And we've been studying the many platforms people access CGconnect, and mostly it's on desktop. We had this discussion, I think, last week, actually. And it's mostly desktop. So we are first making sure everything works, and everything works on mobile as well because of formatting and everything. As I said, we've been discussing the tiniest details of the platform exhaustively. For example, we had a discussion about the size of the video that we're playing on the front page, if it works on mobile, if it works on Mac, if it works on Windows. So it's a lot of work in that regard. And as we move on with the platform, as we make sure everything works and it works as we envisioned it, then we can start thinking of our next steps. That might include a mobile app.
Yeah, but now you've heard it from the community. Eventually, they would enjoy, or we would enjoy, a mobile app. And also another technical question from Mikkel, which I also noticed, like when you're logged in and then you leave your PC for 5 minutes and you come back, you're already logged out. Can we have a, remember me or something like this function? Because, or there is something tricky about it, looking at the way you smile, but yeah, I think it's security reasons, but still, we want people to be able to spend a lot of time on CGconnect and also actively participate, not only watch content, but also comment and stuff like this. But it's, of course, not that great if, you just change the tab and then you gotta come back and then it's already logged out.
Yeah, it's a discussion we are already having, and this is happening. Let's make it very simple. It's not that simple, but I'm going to try to simplify it. It's happening because now we are using a more secure platform to handle user data, and with that comes a difference in like usage, how people log in and how long they can stay logged in for without compromising security. So we are actually talking to our devs and the IT people at Chaos. What's the best middle ground that we can achieve? Because we don't want to lose all the security we have, basically, because we do have a lot of security measures. Most people don't know, but and I'd say it's a sign of success of the platform, because after we launched, we were attacked by bots, like countless bots. And some people, you probably remember, we had a discussion. I think was part of that discussion in the chaos
Yeah,
in the
on Discord,
forum.
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
they were like, yeah, but I'm getting this error, and yes, that's the point. That's why we are so concerned about security at this point. So we are actively working on that, trying to find the best middle ground for that. The cookies make sure that the site remembers you, but its security features log you out after a while, and we're trying to figure out how long that should take for people to be logged out again as a security measure. Because now this is important to mention. Whenever you log into CGconnect, you are also able to manage your licenses if you have software license from Chaos. And that means there's like credit card information for some people there. So it's very sensitive information, and we are making sure that we handle it with the safest way possible, because we don't want those data to, end up in the wrong hands. Of course, we don't. So that's why we are so careful and so thoughtful of security measures at this point, and we're trying to figure out the best way to make this, because it's, in the end, it's going to be a hybrid between usage and security. So, but we are working on that, believe me, from actually day zero, not even day one. We're working on
Yeah.
that since day zero.
Oh, that's good to know, because this is why we have talks like this. This is why we also have, include the audience and their takes on it, because it's important that we make this platform work the way it's comfortable. But of course, it needs to be safe as well. We don't want our data stolen. So yeah, obviously it's a tricky one, a balance act here. But I hope that at some point it is possible that we stay logged in for a longer time, so that we don't have to relog in the whole time, because at some point it will become annoying. Let's go it like
It's
this.
annoying, I
And
know.
talking about community response, what was the actual community response actually, and especially when it comes to the CGarchitect users? Because for them, this was like a leap. Like they were happy. Like this platform, it like in this particular case, it wasn't like the platform wasn't going well, or wasn't used, or wasn't active, and it needed to change for the better. It was an already great running platform that changed, or had an evolutional step to it. So how did the CGarchitect users react to it?
Well, if it's an indication, I've never seen so many images being posted by the community to the site.
Okay.
We usually go, like, every day we go through all the images posted, so we can, see what's going on and select the best for the boards and everything. And now, since launch, I've been doing this 3 times a day, and it's not enough, really.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of content, and that tells me that people are really excited about this. We actually, I think I can share these numbers. In the first 3 days, I'm saying 3 days, right? We had over 1,500 new users registered to the platform
That's
in 3 days.
that's awesome.
I would say we had a pretty good response.
Okay. So people are warmly accepting it and liking it so far.
Yes, yes. And I've been getting messages from users, both on my email and also on social media, where we are very active. People, you know, complimenting the platform, saying it's so nice and they're so happy about it. They love the new features. And this is actually true. I'm not making this up, because I know people make this kind of thing up, like, every time they launch something, no matter how crappy it is, right?
Yeah,
I
it's the
would
best
know
thing out
people do
ever.
that, but that's not the case, really. People are sending messages. Like, I get dozens of messages every day on Instagram from people saying, "Oh, this is so cool! I love this," and I'm actually replying to each message. And also, when they, hit us with stories saying how cool the platform is, we're also sharing those, so people can see that the platform is actually a very nice place to be, and hopefully more people will come.
That's fantastic to hear. I think it makes a lot of sense too. But you never know. Sometimes we have the best ideas and the best intentions, but it just doesn't work out. I'm very happy to hear this is not the case here. There are some other technical questions in the comments. Maybe Rick or some of you can then go through the comments and check them out, please, so that we don't get too technical during the live session here. But please promise me to check them out afterwards. And I also shared this link, this email address, CGconnect@chaos.com, where people
Mhm.
can share ideas or report bugs or issues and all of this. Um, how
Yes,
else
Theo.
can people reach out?
Yes, Theo, if I want to add something here, absolutely, we understand. Now, I'm gonna be the party pooper, I guess, but we've said a lot of good things, right, about CG Connect and but we know that there are some bugs on the platform. There are some small things that are not working, things that we need to fix, and we are working really hard. So please report them. CGconnect at chaos.com, I guess, would be the best way to reach us. This is our email, the team email, and we will definitely go through the comments after the show as well to collect the feedback. But what I wanted to say is, again, it's not a perfect platform, right? We have to be realistic. We need some more time to work on it and to fix everything. And with your help, of course, I guess we can do that. So everybody's welcome. Again, not to get too technical into the details and everything that everybody's been reporting. And we can go through all the comments, but if we can't do it, we don't have the time, I can assure you that we will get the feedback in the comment.
I love this. Honestly, I don't think that anything has ever started perfectly. Just take a look at even the most successful, whatever, Amazon or whatever. Take a look at how it looked like Google, or everything evolves. It is a normal process. Same goes for my show or the Chaos Campus and everything out there, CG Architect. It's normal for things to evolve, and for something which is new to not be perfect from the start. I think what counts is that you actually want to listen to the feedback. You want to make it in a way which we are all happy with. And this is what counts to me. If we expected perfection, we won't ever be satisfied with anything, I believe. So
Yes.
it's absolutely okay that you're saying it's not perfect. I don't think it makes it any worse or something. But your honesty is actually very pleasing, because we don't see or hear this very often. Usually everybody, as Rick said, is just praising, even if it's the shittiest thing out there, it's praised like the best, you know. So yeah,
I'm
it's
the
good to know.
realist
Yeah,
of
it's
the
not
group.
perfect yet, but it will
Yeah.
get there. But this is why it's keeping it realistic. We're always real and honest here, right?
Yes.
So, and while we are talking so honestly with each other, I have a question which kind of popped up during our live Discord session last Friday, which was what makes CGconnect different to other platforms for 3D and visualization artists that are already there? Why choose CGconnect when I'm already on whatever ArtStation or VW Art Club or whatever? And then it's not talking, bashing the other platforms or saying the one is better. I think that in an ideal case, every platform has its own qualities that you choose it for. And that's why you can be part of many platforms. You don't need to pick one. But for those who are already part of other platforms, why should they add CGconnect to their, let's say, platform portfolio?
Can I give my personal reason?
I want to hear from all of you, actually, but yeah, please.
We have a face. We are real people. It's not about the platform. It's about the people that go to that platform. One of the names that we considered for CGconnect right in the beginning of the project, when it was still called the Highlander project, was, I gave that name, was Agora, right?
Nice.
So from the beginning, it was supposed to be a place where people would actually see other people and hear and talk to other people. And that's what CGconnect is. If you go to the website, and the ladies will tell you that I'm actually telling the truth, every time people go like, oh, we should pick an image for this or for that, I'm always like, okay, we have to put people there, because we want people to see that there's actually real people behind that, not some algorithm. In the age of AI, people are the most important thing. And I think that being part of CGconnect brings you closer to people, to real people, to actual people. So you can learn from real people, you can share with real people, you can hire real people. Everything is about the people in this huge agora that we created.
Agora is a great name, actually. I don't know.
It is,
It needs a
isn't
little
it?
bit.
It's pretty cool.
Greek history eventually, but it's a great, um, very symbolic name because this was really where people would meet on the market, actually, the marketplace. So in the past, so yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and I absolutely agree. It's the human factor. It's that it's about the people and their works and their jobs and their everything, but not only the works or the jobs or whatever. Does somebody else have
Exactly.
something to add here to this one?
Well, Bessie, if you want, go ahead.
All right. Well, I was going to say the faces of our community. So I totally agree with Rick. I think this is what distinguishes us and CGconnect from other platforms. Obviously, before we started working on the platform, we've done our research. We know at other platforms, what do they do? So I guess why do you join CGconnect would depend on your goal. But if you want to come for connection, so there is a lot that the platform offers, a lot of different things that could resonate with many people. So I guess it's a very diverse platform in terms of offering. So it's not like one thing that's very distinguished. This is why you come to the platform, but you can do this and that and this and that. But I think key element is the heroes, the people, the faces of the community. And you, Theo, you are actually one of our heroes, and we hope to have more heroes. We have the hero program, and we already get applications, by the way. Some really cool people applied for the program. And I think this is fantastic that you have actual people behind faces, real people who can leave your comment, respond to your comment, create a masterclass for you based on their experience, or create a mentorship program or whatever it is. So yeah, I agree that this is one of the important things.
And I'm very honored, by the way, for being a hero. It's a total total pleasure. I'm so proud of this, I gotta say. But what I love about it is that it is not as this pre-selection of people. We started with some heroes, that's true, but
Yes,
people can apply to be. So the hero list can expand. So people can
absolutely.
become a hero. They can add to this list, and this is something which is absolutely unique, in my opinion.
Yes, absolutely. And we were just discussing today why we're not heroes. We're just joking around in the office how we on the community team, we should also be heroes. So
You are
don't get
our heroes here. You're on the
don't get
show. You
surprised.
are heroes.
Yeah.
I
We
also
could be heroes just one day.
Moni, you wanted to say something?
Uh, I was gonna say almost exactly what Vessi said, but I'll add that this is also for me a one-stop shop because there is everything you need in the platform. You can showcase your work, you can connect, you can learn, you can get inspired, you can find a job, you can do everything. So that and that it is based on people and it's done by people for people is totally amazing, and you can do a lot with it. So it can be the first thing when you start your day, you go in there and just see what everyone's doing and really start the day on a positive note, because it is a positive space.
So, is your
Yeah.
recommendation how to use this? Just make this your default starting page in your browser.
Yeah, the
Okay.
default.
Yeah, but it's actually interesting to know how to make the most out of this. Yo, what would you say? How would you make the most out of this platform? Like, I think making your own account, uploading projects.
can I also answer the previous question?
Please, of
I have
course.
opinion, and I felt like I needed to. About what makes CGconnect special and also different is that, of course, it's a diverse platform, and we have all the faces, but it's also agnostic to softwares and to industries. So for me, that is the biggest benefit that everyone who feels like is doing CG and 3D and is doing any sort of, you don't shy away if you're doing, I don't know, advertising, or if you're doing art design. You don't have to be art-based artist. You can be in the field. And for me, this is like what makes this place different and special, because, I get inspired by ArcViz. I get inspired by VFX artists. I get inspired by, like it's just a space, a sea full of full of talented people and work that is diverse. And for me, that is the special thing. Okay, point closed.
This is, of course, a great example, because just imagine you're automotive visual artist,
Exactly.
okay? And then you see ArcViz shared at the same space where you share your vehicles, and then you see maybe a house or whatever, a business building that could be great as a backdrop for your next automotive session. And this is how you get inspired in a very easy way without research.
Exactly. Yes. Or you're in a film industry and you see a building that you're like, oh my God, this is what I need for my space to create this like massive thing, or a ship or something. So it's like it's a place that you can find any sort of creativity and inspiration. And for me, this is the true value behind it. And of course, the people who make everything happen. So yeah.
Yeah, of course. I agree. And now to the second one, the how to
Yeah.
use the platform.
Well, I guess sharing is like the best thing you can do, and exploration, and connecting with people, and also approaching people as well. It's like you make an account, you fill it in with everything, you put your portfolio out on your website, and you start sharing projects, and then you reach out to people. You can comment, you can appreciate, you can like, you can apply for different at different sessions as well. In this way, like you can enjoy the full package of what the platform is offering. And this is the best way to connect with people, because, imagine we're in the same masterclass together, then I see your work, I like it, then we've touched point in a few places, then we connect, then we start chatting, we share projects together, we make a collaboration. So for me, it's like if you've tried to, try to use all the features, this is the best way you can enlarge your your network, and as well, improve yourself.
Yeah, and let's not forget the mood boards that you can create. It's so easy to just add images and create different mood boards. So next time when you're in the process of creation, you just go back to them instead of having to go to Pinterest or whatever, Googling stuff. You
Yeah.
already have everything in one place. So this is, of course, also very, very helpful. Um, Maybe at some point it would be nice if we get the chance to have actual chats or to have workshops on the platform, like as if Zoom was integrated on it. I think it would be amazing. So the more we can do on the platform, so we don't have to leave it, the better. Because I see, let's say, for example, on the Chaos campus, we used to have a chat which was very, very lively, very active, and unfortunately, Meta came with the glorious idea to remove community chats for whatever reason. And so we lost our chat and we needed to move to Discord. And now on Discord, our chat isn't active because people need to leave the campus, leave Facebook, go to Discord, log in order to write something to somebody from the campus, which doesn't really make sense. So maybe in the long term, it would be great if we can just really communicate and I don't know, have video calls or whatever within the platform. Just putting ideas out there. I know it's a matter of time, but um,
All
This
you
the
is
see how,
on the list. Yeah.
yeah.
For
yeah,
for
or
But
next
maybe
not make
phase.
organize workshops.
promises.
But no, yes, no promises. It's on the list. We're going to review what's coming in live for next phase.
What else is on the list? If when we're already talking about future implementations and stuff, what else that you can share is on the list? By the way, just take a look at Rick. He's showing his real multi-talented, like multitasking talent here. While we have a live session here, Rick is already in the comments answering questions. Amazing guy, I gotta say.
Yes. Good
Dinosaur or
job.
not, I don't know, but a multi-talent for sure. So what's also on the list?
I literally have the list open on my browser now, but no,
Just start reading out loud, please.
seriously. So we want to look into some gamification, some badges, some certification options as well. Like I'm just sharing the big stuff, right? Group
Yeah.
chats as well. Um, what else? Well, a lot of smaller improvements in terms of functionality, in terms of user experience as well, are planned. But yeah, the big things, Rick, I'm missing probably something. Probably missing a lot of things, but
Yeah, we're first, again, as I said before, we're first working on making the platform as perfect as possible. We know perfection doesn't
yeah.
exist, but we're aiming for perfection, right? It doesn't harm to. And of course, we have a huge list of features that we decided to save for phase two because they are more time consuming or because they depend on external factors, right?
Improve.
So, for example, we have some changes being made to the forums right now, and integration to the forums depends on those changes being implemented, so we can start doing this integration, right? There's only so much we can
Boring
actually
stuff.
do.
Boring.
Yeah. There's boring stuff. One of just so you know, the one of the main tasks right now that our devs are executing is about security. They're updating some parts of the platform because of security. They have some names I have never heard of, but those are softwares that go behind the scenes to make sure everything works, and there's a lot to be done already. But I would say that there's also a lot done already. And then, for example, we have news that we haven't mentioned, and I see here that Rukshan is asking about the challenge that we have right now, and we haven't mentioned it. This is brand new, and we are also using Discord for that challenge. So, just to give people a brief overview, the challenge is called Architecture Evolved. It was thought to mirror what happened to CGarchitect and communities as a whole with the launch of CGconnect. And we are inviting people to rethink buildings. Like you can take your favorite old building, ancient building, vintage building, antique building, whatever, and you can rethink it. You can add to it. You can remodel it, whatever. And this is something that is going to happen on Discord and the site, on both Discord and the site. So it's going to be a very interesting case for community interaction. And I invite you all that are watching this. I don't know how many people are, I would say a little over 20 people are watching right now at this point. I invite you all to be part of the challenge. It will run until February 27th, and then we have a week for the voting part, and after that we have a live show to which Theo already got an invitation from me. By the way,
Oh, I did. I haven't
yes,
done it.
you did. You should check
Doesn't
your
know.
email more often.
Mm.
Just
Okay.
saying.
Okay, I'll check it. It sounds cool to me. But and also, guys, don't forget. So thanks, Rick, for answering this one. I saw this message by Rukshan. I said I wanted to answer to him afterwards, but you did it here, and it's awesome. And guys, don't forget, the campus is here for you. If you participate, you can share your work here, and you'll be provided with feedback and help, which will make your chances to win higher. Just saying, we're here for you. Gladly participate. Many of you are very creative. You prove this with the Remise challenge. You have the skill. Architecture is also the thing of many of you. So gladly participate. Share your images here. We can talk about them. You can still improve them, and your chances to win will get higher. Just saying. But
Good
yeah,
tip.
two more questions because we wanted to end the show around half, and we have 5 minutes until then. So one thing I wanted to ask is, we talked about the hero program, but how can one become a hero? What conditions does one have to fulfill in order to turn into a CGconnect hero?
Well, the program is currently open for applications. You need to have an account for CGconnect. go find the right link. It's under Learn section. So basically, we would, of course, advise everybody to have their profiles filled. So as much as possible information, some projects created, board, so we can see the work of these people. And we only ask for one video of presenting that person teaching a class or having a tutorial or something, because essentially the hero program is about sharing or creating some learning materials for the community, so from the community to the community. And of course, as Rick mentioned multiple times, it's curated content, right? So there is a filter, and that filter is only here in terms of to make sure we have the quality needed. So to make sure this content that's going to be created is actually going to be valuable. This doesn't mean that this person who is applying now cannot reapply in 6 months if they feel confident and have already done some teaching in the meantime. So we don't want to discourage anybody because this is an open space, right? We're not here to judge or whatever. We just want to see who is interested, who has the skills to teach others, and we can support each other in this process. So this is, I guess, long answer to the question. But if somebody from Chaos Campus really has an interest, please apply and or reach out to us. We can discuss further specifics around this.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's important to also to also aim for a certain quality as well, because people
Of
are
course,
expecting it. If everyone can turn into a hero, then the hero badge will become meaningless. And this is also not
of
the point
course.
here. Like, everyone can apply, but those who, let's say, deserve it, they fulfill certain criteria, can turn into heroes. This is how it makes sense to me. Otherwise, it would just, let's just give a hero badge to everyone, which I think makes no sense. This is what happens here with kids. Every kid gets a participation medal, and I don't think it's a good thing, honestly. But this is a different topic. We don't need to talk
There
about
is
this.
there is a Bulgarian culture here that I sense, with but no, that's okay. No,
It's a parent who's partially Bulgarian. That's just the thing which is going on here. But yeah, I mean, I think people who deserve something, who have worked hard for something, should also proudly have their badges or trophies or whatever. And if the others want them as well, as long as everyone can participate, they should also work hard to deserve them. This is how I see things. So, and this is no difference to the hero program. So yeah, but I think it's a great thing that everyone can turn into a hero. This is the good thing here. So you just need to fulfill a certain criteria. And then if you do this, you're one of the heroes. And this is an awesome badge that I can tell you is really, really something fantastic to have. And once again, that I'm very, very proud of. Okay, guys. Your message for the Chaos Campus community? This I want to hear from all of you, and then we can wrap it up. Let's start. This time, let's start with Moni. Your messages for the Chaos Campus community, what you want to say to the people. It doesn't have to be even related to CGconnect. You could just, you've seen this community, you've been here, just whatever.
Sure. Well, first, be healthy. I'm still battling a cold, so I wish everyone to be healthy. But other than that, well, come see our platform, interact with us. We are there. If you have any questions, if you want to tell us something, please do. We are more than happy to connect with you. We have a lot on there. So my ask maybe is to come check it out and yeah, see how cool it is. If
We
you
totally
haven't
believe.
already.
Thank you very much and get well soon. Yo,
Thanks.
I'll say be curious because it's gonna lead you to the right places. Hopefully. And yeah, be curious, stay inspired, and be in touch. Attend events virtual or not virtual, connect people. That's what I think is extremely important to us as artists as well, and to like, hold each other. So I think that's quite important.
And if you don't have local events to attend, create your local events to
Yeah,
attend.
of course. Oh, another thing that
Yeah.
I really believe in is be proactive. I think being proactive is extremely important as well. Um, and yeah, be brave as well, and like, and don't be shy to share, because I feel like this community is. I wanted to say that earlier. I think the community is really, really open, and whatever you're doing too is extremely important in a way that you're so down to earth. It doesn't feel like, oh, I'm this big person, I'm give you feedback. You're just like sitting down with people and explaining and giving your point of view and sharing. And for me, it's like, I feel sometimes really shy to share works. I feel like you know, I'm not that good or something. But when you're in a community that is so understanding, so supportive, so together, it just feels like supernatural. Like, not supernatural, but very natural. Uh, and yeah, I feel, yeah, just,
Supernatural, I like. I've
also
watched
supernatural.
all 11 seasons.
We're
Thank
going to
you
talk
very much.
about heroes, so it's quite, quite on topic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for this. This is exactly the goal of the Chaos Campus. And it actually surprises me that people see constructive criticism, which sometimes tends to be very critical under each work, but I still keep sharing because I think in the meantime, people figure out that exactly the goal of Chaos Campus is that they should make their mistakes here rather than outside.
Exactly. Yes.
Mhm.
So thank you very much for those kind words, and I absolutely agree with you. Vessi, your message for the campus.
My message would be to keep being so kind to each other, because as I mentioned, I think a couple of times, I am amazed by the level of collaboration that I see in communication that I see in Chaos Campus, and how kind everybody is to each other, and how people take out of their time to actually comment and leave feedback for other people. And that's like, it usually takes time, right? It's not just 2 minutes. Sometimes it could take more. And I think if this group of people keep this sense of kindness, that's the most valuable thing to have in any community. I mean, if you're here on the Chaos Campus group, please do that. But if you go somewhere else, also keep that. So
Yeah,
this is my message.
fantastic
Absolutely.
people. It's just a pleasure, It's a lot of work. Sometimes you can write a review for half an hour or something if you want to really get
Exactly.
into detail and stuff. But honestly, with those people, it's fun to do that. It makes sense to do it. You see them actually improve. You see how they value the feedback, and this gives you the power to continue doing it. And it's just a fantastic community. I'm so proud to be a part of the Chaos Campus, and of course of
You
CGconnect.
should be. Yes, you should be, Theo. Because a lot of it's your doing. It's your hard work as well. So
Alon not a community. It's all of us. I could do whatever I want, but Alon cannot do it. It's those people who proactively contribute, who help others, that show that it's not only me. Because one can say, okay, Theo, you're paid for this, and I am. But there are people out there who are not paid for this, who still show up, And this is just so amazing. And just the general mood, as you say in the group, people being so kind, so supportive to each other. This is truly inspiring to me. I love these people. They really feel like my family, and as Amit always says. So thank you very much for those kind words. And Rick, Mr. CGarchitect or CGconnect nowadays.
Uh, the only message I have for the Chaos Campus crowd is that a community is only as good as the people in it. So you guys have now a new place to post your work, to interact with others, to connect. Please do so, because it will only get better. The more you guys interact with the platform, the more you guys interact with each other, the better it's going to be. The same with Discord. You mentioned that the Facebook chat was more lively than the Discord one because people were already on Facebook. But you know, we're just changing it because we needed to, right? But we want to be there for you. We want to have a place for that. So please come to Discord, come to CGconnect. You see that you will grow exponentially faster with others.
Absolutely true words. And yeah, it's not like that our Discord chat might not be that active, but our Discord voice chat every Friday we
It
hang out
is.
there. One of the people who are always there providing some of his awesome knowledge is Arthur from the Common Point, who, by the way, has written here, congratulations for everything. Very much looking forward to it. And as others already have said, lovely session as well. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Arthur, for always
Thank
showing up
you.
on Fridays and providing your awesome knowledge, sharing it with the others. So I absolutely agree with you, Rick. It's just participate, put yourself out there, be active. It pays off. It always pays off. And let's maybe finish the session with Nikos, who's also here watching us in the comments. Hello,
Yay.
Nikos. Nikos, that
Nikos.
knowledge is shared, design is to share, together we're stronger, and CGconnect is our new creative home. Congrats, guys.
Yeah.
That's
That
absolutely
is so
true, and I'm
kind.
very, very happy about it. Thank you, guys. It was a fantastic session. It was, as always, such a pleasure hanging out with you. We can talk, I think, for 5, 10 more hours.
Yeah,
Yes.
true.
But unfortunately, there is work to do. Um,
Yes.
so it was great. It was also great to have you, dear Chaos Campus audience here, and those of you who will be watching this show afterwards. There are many. Usually, this show ends up with more than 1,000 views afterwards. So
Oh,
I
wow.
hope you enjoyed the session. Have a great start in February. Don't forget our interior design exercise. Soon, Ines and I will go live on Discord once again as a part of our mentorship where we will talk about this project and stuff. So yeah, there is a lot going on in recent times. And of course, stay safe, be healthy, and I hope to see you again in 2 weeks for another show, which I'm not sure the topic of, but I'll figure it out in the meantime. And until then, of course, rock on and keep it real, my friends. Much love and see you around. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you so
Bye.
much for
Ciao,
having us.
ciao.
Thanks.